All right, you're on, Dr. Silverman.
Awesome. Awesome. Hey, everybody. David Silverman here. And I'm usually, well, most of the year I'm in Washington, Maryland, outside of Washington, D.C. You can tell what state I'm in now because I'm eating these really ugly oranges called Honeybells. They're the most amazing oranges in the world. Love in Florida in the wintertime. Something I could not do practicing podiatry, that's for sure. But Debbie Wetzler and I do this call. Well, we don't do this call. We do it with all the other servant leaders on our team, and you're going to meet some of them in just a few minutes. Debbie Wetzler is everybody on this call every Monday night at this time. Everybody is in Debbie's organization. If it was not for Debbie, you would not know about this. And many of you are in my organization because Debbie brought this to me. Debbie is a triple diamond who now is in just outside of Denver, Colorado, was from Washington, D.C., Maryland area for many years. I've known her for 20 years. And I'm an ambassador triple diamond, halfway between in Maryland, Washington, D.C. And we look at ourselves. It's funny when people say, "Oh, you have a lot of friends." People I meet here on the golf course, they're like, "Oh, so you're in network marketing. You have a lot of people working for you." And I kind of laugh. It's like, no, I work for them. So we look at ourselves as servant leaders, and we don't push the business on anybody. We don't push the product on anybody. As you know, we just want people to know what we know, and whether they become users of the product, we've helped them. They're referral sources, advocates. If they join us in the business, some of them play around with the business a little bit and help a few people, and it makes them feel good. That's great. Some people have dreams that they can see that this opportunity could liberate them for the rest of their lives. And that's what we focus this call on. It's for people that really want to succeed, whether they've done network marketing before or if not. We put this infrastructure in place. We have lots of tools. We have lots of guest events that you can invite guests to during the week. We'll go over those in a few minutes. But this Monday night call serves a few purposes. One is we have product testimonial to start the call. We're going to have a great one tonight. We just call it real results. There's this discovery, this innovation that's created the opportunity is very real, and it changes people's lives. So we do that. We recognize and acknowledge people that have advanced in rank throughout the past week. We want to meet the new people, so you can bring your new team members to this call and introduce them. So they each have about, wish we had more time, about 60 seconds just to kind of tell us a little bit about themselves and why they're involved thus far, which may change. Some of them just get involved because of the product and they put their toe in the water, and things change when they see what the product does often, or their situation changes in life. We make announcements of what's going on this week around the country, around the world, online or in person. And there's a couple big things happening this Saturday, actually, in Dallas and in Maryland. We'll talk about that. And often we have a training topic. And we're going to have a training tonight with Triple Diamond Amy Stacy. I'd say the most important thing that I feel this is about is community. When you're out sharing this with people, not everybody is going to say, "Oh, this sounds great. I want to buy it and I want to get involved." I mean, we run into a lot of negativity because it's a breakthrough. People don't know what this is, and they think, "Oh, it's one of those things." Many people, but there are people not like that. But there's a percentage that are. It's so nice to come someplace, whether it's in person or online, where you know that everybody you're looking at in this Brady Bunch, picture. You don't have to convince us of anything. We all know how real this is, and it is a sense of community. And you know that you're not alone in this. And there are people that go through struggles. They have dreams. They go through their struggles, and they get through them, and they get to where they want to be. So that's the purpose of the call. And we're going to start it off with real results. What does this product do for people? So I'm going to ask Jordan Vasiloff in Charlottesville, Virginia, to unmute his line.
I'm here, David.
Awesome. Jordan, I shot a video called ForSomeoneYouLove.com. It's a 4-minute video, just ForSomeoneYouLove.com. And it kind of is like your story. Sometimes we'll look at things for a parent, a sibling, a child before we would look at for ourselves, even though it may sound too good to be true. But do you mind sharing your story?
Yeah, absolutely. Always happy to. And good evening, everyone. Nice to see everybody. And, and just real quick, I think one of the things, besides what's happened to my son, Christopher, being able to share the story with the hope of, one, educating people, but two, giving others hope who may have similar situations, circumstances is, what really makes it all worth it for me, beyond the improvement my son's had, obviously. But so my son, Christopher, who's now 14 years old, from a very early age, we knew something was just a little bit off. He would have a very high sensitivity to loud noises, bright lights, to the point of having full-blown meltdowns, and didn't really know why. This started off when he was an infant. Moving forward to his first few years, we recognized that he was speech delayed, and took him to speech therapists, what have you, which did help. But by the time he started, in the first grade, second grade, into grade school, his speech really wasn't up to par with his classmates. And at this time, we didn't really know what was happening. Again, moving forward a few more years, more specialists came in, and we could never get a clear answer. It was, well, it's a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and to be honest, it was extremely frustrating. And I'd gotten over the part of being a father of going, oh no, everything's fine with my son. He'll grow out of it, and this and that. To, I don't, just tell me something, tell me something so we can help him. And it wasn't until about 5 years ago, when me and my two sons, we relocated to Charlottesville, Virginia. Finally, we got an answer. And the answer that we got was that he had a spectrum disorder. And so for the first few years, and here in Charlottesville, programs to help him with school, this and that, they're all fantastic. Really, I kind of dive into his most significant symptoms, one of which was his speech. He would have, and by the way, and I think I might have skipped this part, so now he's about 9, 10 years old at this point. His speech was still a little bit delayed, but he'd have these exhaustive uhs at the end of his sentences of, hey dad, what's for dinner? Hey dad, I finished my homework, right? And it became almost reactionary where, around the house it'd be like, hey Chris, your uhs, Chris, your uhs. And that's the only way we were trying to teach him how to, just from memory and repetition, get him to try to drop the uhs. And it was ineffective. And we did this for years and years and years. His eye contact when he'd have conversation was really only at about 15% of the time. Most of the time he'd be kind of looking to the side of you, deep into the room, just with kind of this glossy, foggy look in his face. And comprehension, just trying to have conversations with him, right? Say something, he would repeat it back. Chris, do you understand what that means? Do you understand, asking follow-up questions? And he'd have absolutely no clue. So that's kind of and I apologize, it may have been a little extended backstory, but move forward to about 2 years ago, and we started Christopher on ASEA. Put him on the liquid, the kind of normal beginning dose, 2 ounces in the morning, 2 ounces in the evening. We took the Renew 28, took the gel, and we were putting it on the back of his neck and under his earlobes to obviously get these molecules more trying to affect the brainstem. And within, I'd say 2 to 3 weeks, the first breakthrough was, I remember Sarah and I were sitting around the dinner table. We finished dinner, the kids got up, did the dishes, And I looked at Sarah and I said, he doesn't have us anymore. It's been 2 or 3 days. We sounded like broken records to ourselves. We've gotten so freaking used. Chris, you're us. Chris, you're us. Chris, you're us. And we realized they're gone. I mean, 100% gone within I don't remember the exact dates, but like 2 to 3 weeks. And we were amazed, and we're like, okay, well, let's see tomorrow. Let's see how tomorrow goes. They were gone. Let's see the next day. They were gone. And I mean, it's unbelievable. Within that same 2 to 3 weeks, I mentioned about like 15% eye contact. It went up to about 50%. He started actually looking you in the eye for conversation, and you could kind of see the gears starting to turn better, right? And I mean, just unbelievable. We were relieved. We were absolutely relieved. Moving forward, so it's been, like I said, it's been about 2 years now, just over 2 years. He's now, he turned 14 late last year, and us are still completely gone. And in fact, every once in a while, he'll call me out if I accidentally put a at the end of my sentence. Dad, you're us. So it's pretty funny. Eye contact, like I mentioned, about 50% within the 2-3 weeks. It's probably at about the 85% part now. And see, his school. So he was in a special program in school, and he's been for about the last 6-7 months, but he's in the normal classroom population over 95% of the day now. That's just phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. So as you can probably tell, and this is probably the 15th time now I've told this story, and I still tear up, and I can't help it. I apologize, but you know, I'm just so grateful that this came into my life. I have Sarah Sturm to thank for that. And, you know, as I kind of started this call out with, you know, being able to share this story in hopes that, you know, if I can touch and change the life of just one more person, right, then it's all been worth it, right? I mean, it's absolutely all been worth it. And David, if I can real quick, tell you a real funny story, and Sarah will probably kill me for mentioning this, but it's kind of funnier on my part. When Sarah and I first met, the whole reason to see is in our lives now, we agreed to meet for coffee. I thought it was a date, and she was actually coming to prospect me. So I had absolutely no clue, but it all worked out, so that was good.
Isn't dating prospecting?
Yeah, it could be. I guess it could be, yeah.
Gordon, thank you for sharing it, because I know a lot of people haven't heard the story, and I'm looking at Shannon tearing over now, and I'm thinking, you know, for people that were touched by that, Shannon, I see you were crying listening to Jordan. You have your own story. Would you mind next week being the testimonial to share what happened with your kids next Monday night? Are you available to do that?
Sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Right. I know it'll be tough to get through it, but you know, I'll tell you, when you're sitting talking to somebody and they're negative, what drives me to continue to follow up and almost pray they have some pain in their body so you can show them this works, is the thought that there's a child, that their child or someone they know, we can't get to the kid.
Yeah.
We just can't get to the child, because if we don't get through to this person who knows the person with the child, and it's motivating. You know, it's people that have network marketing companies that are makeup and phone service. That's all great. It's a great business model to make money and help people make money. But I don't think there's a cause or a purpose or things that are going to make you cry. They're life-changing, life-saving attributes to their product or service. But really appreciate that, Jordan. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And Dave, I just add one more thing, because it's generally the question I get, and I did forget to mention it. So nowadays, I mentioned he was 2 in the morning, 2 in the evening, and now we have him consistently on 3 ounces in the morning, 3 ounces in the evening, and we've added the entire VIA line, including Omega, as of recently, that he takes every morning and every night to his regimen as well.
Awesome.
Yep.
And I'm seeing some comments about maybe we could record this. This call is recorded, but I'm thinking, and I've been meaning to do this, I've been remiss. I'd love to do a call with parents just talking about what's happened with their kids. We would keep it politically correct, meaning,
Yeah.
compliant, without making claims and things. And we could have a powerful tool to get through to parents that would be able to connect with what you're saying, because I've dealt with a child with issues, and there's nothing that's more important than your children. So
That's right.
I might reach out to you and Shannon, and a few other people to do that if you guys don't mind.
Please do. I'd be more than happy.
Awesome. Okay, I'm going to turn it over to Triple Diamond, Debbie Wetzler, and she's going to whatever next part you want to do, Deb. If it's introductions or recognizing people, I definitely want to get to those announcements. Whenever you're done with what you're doing, I'll go with announcements. Okay.
Well, yeah, we can go with announcements, but I will just show the recognition. Again, we have 54 people that have gone up in rank. And again, a lot of them are Asians, and they are really skyrocketing, but most of them are not on this call, so they don't speak English. So I'll just show you that we do love to recognize people.
I just want to hear, as people know, we all love hearing you try to pronounce those Chinese names. It gives me joy on Monday nights.
Okay, fine.
I'm just kidding.
Well, and there are some new people on. So anyway, I'll be brief and get through this. So when you first come in, you're an associate. And then when you've talked to two people and two people have decided to join you as associates, one on your left, one on your right, you become a director. So our new directors are Aureliano Jr. and Laureline Luzon, our new director. And then we have Eugene Agnosilio. And we have Zuqueen Shi. Did you like that one, David? And Jiok Hua. Those are all new directors. Now, as more and more people order product underneath you, ASEA saves basically the points until you have 300 points on one side and 300 points on the other. And now you're a director 300, so that's your next level up. So new director 300s, Hongyi Lee is a new director 300. Gosh, most of them are 700s. David Zhang, Jennifer Murhar, John Wenzo and Raphael Aber, Minigilda Raphael Aber, and Tim Zeman. And Tim Zeman, I believe, is on the call tonight. So congratulations to all of those who became new Director 300s. And these, just so people know, they're official tomorrow. So these are like a week ago. Then you keep adding people to your group, your team, basically, and sometimes other people start adding. So you eventually get to 700 points on one side, 700 points on the other. There's quite a few Director 700s. Vanjation, Arkin, Raphael, Abdelia, Artemia Jr. Raphael, Lenny DeQueris O'Connor. That is a Chinese, Yizel Yi, Lin Ping, San Song, Si Li, Desider Bikar, Yazin Zhu, Jin Yang Yu, Ho Bing Chong, Mi Ching, Tina Chen, Ansal Lu Liang, Ansal Ling Liang, Lemon Wang, Carolyn Lumpkin, Zun Shu, Bilar Kher, Wenting Fan, Leping Zong, Min Luo, Wei Ma, John Ning, Angan Ho, Xingming Chen, Xiao Zhang, Latter Rain, Marie Anderson Whitehurst, and Weena Naive. Those are all new Director 700s this past week. I
Congratulations.
see Shannon even laughing. Thank you very much.
You're doing your best.
Okay. Okay, now the next part is the leadership, and that's when people have decided to step up and do the business with you, basically. So to become a bronze, that's an executive leadership position. You need 2,000 points on one side and 2,000 points on the other, and now 2 people have stepped up to become Director 300s underneath you. So Celeste Leal is a new bronze. Tingling Wang is a new bronze. And Sheila DeLuna is a new bronze. And Vincent Jr. Chuao Abdillah is a new bronze. So congratulations to all of those.
Congrats.
I'm not sure that we have any silvers, but silver is the next rank, and that is
A
3,000
couple.
silvers.
Yep. You went too fast. Go back to the top.
Okay.
Thought I saw.
So
Let's see.
silvers, well, that's what they were.
Oh, maybe I was looking at the
silvers-
wrong column. I'm sorry.
That's all right. 3,000 points on one side, 3,000 points on the other, and 3 Director 300s. Gold now is 5,000 points on one side, 5,000 points on the other, and 4 Director 300s. We have several golds that gained rank that week, which is phenomenal. That's a great leadership level. Gina Raphael is a new gold, and she went from Director 700 to gold. Incredible. Fong Chong is a new gold. Chen Wu is a new gold. Xing Seng is a new gold. Jiwa Jan Wu Qi is a new gold. And Human Wang is a new gold. And Yi Wen Law is a new gold. So I want to congratulate all those golds that went up in 1 week's time, which is phenomenal.
And I just, again, we don't see, what Debbie was saying was we don't see the rank advancements for last week till Tuesday morning. So what you're looking at is the rank advancements that happened the week before, but I do know that Joe and Robin Cardos went bronze under Buffy and David Donahue. So congratulations to them and whoever else advanced in rank. But that's awesome.
That is awesome.
Congrats, Buffy.
And yes, and so anyway, congratulations to everybody. And do you want to get to the announcements before the new people?
Yeah, why don't I'll hit some of the announcements and you'll hit
Well,
some.
I have a big one before you go.
Okay, go ahead.
My turn still.
Okay.
Every Tuesday night, the company does a training. So the first Tuesday night of every month is an in-touch call. And that's when you can see kind of what corporate's doing, if they're having promotions. Maybe they'll have somebody special on that just went, ambassador triple or something like that. And then there is a product training on the second Tuesday. Well, tomorrow is a very, very, very special evening for everybody because our own Dr. David Silverman will be doing the product training on how to use the products properly. So that is going to be tomorrow night. I want you to all plug in. I want them to have exceptional numbers on this call. Tomorrow, it's at 9 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Mountain. And you go to, since you all have Zooms, you just go to ASEA InTouch? Wait. Yeah, ASEAInTouch.com. And it will take you right into this Zoom meeting. And so, David, it's about a half an hour or so, something like that. And so please, everybody plug in tomorrow night to hear our own Dr. David Silverman do the product training. It will be very exciting.
Well, I don't know about that, but it'll
you'll be excited.
It'll be a good training.
And then one other thing, after this call, there is a global expansion call if anybody's interested. Cindy Buck and Danny Doyle have put this together. It's for literally any of our teams. And tonight, the top earner in ASEA is going to be on. Her name is Trish Winkler. She is an incredible machine that has literally gone out and created her own life. She went from being a housewife, never being in network marketing, to learning how to be standing next to somebody and just talking and kind of bring up, and she's done incredibly well. So she's going to be on the global expansion. That Zoom number is 850-850-8888. So if you're interested, that again is about a half an hour. It's going to start right at the top of the hour here, 7 o'clock Mountain, 9 o'clock Eastern.
When we're done, when we're done with this one.
When we're done with this one, right?
Awesome.
And now, David, if you'd like to go.
All right. Well, let me tag on to that for a second and just share for the new people. There's a website where you can find a lot of these recorded calls. Because last week was Tyler Norton on that call, and it's IamASEA.com. If you go to IamASEA.com, a couple things you can see here. If you click the leadership link, you can see all of the diamonds in the company. Many of them have videos, because there's Trish. She's the #1 earner in the company. She's in her upline. She's not in everybody's upline. She's in our upline. And there's Denny Robinson. She's presidential diamond. There's only 2 that have hit the presidential levels. There's Danny Doyle, who Debbie was just talking about, who had really very bad cancer, actually. He's an ambassador triple diamond. There's me and Wendy. And you can see all the diamonds around the world. You'll get dizzy as I go down, but it is growing and growing and growing. But at this site, this is a great tool. This is on the infrastructure document that we have. If you click webinars and calls, see it says In Touch calls. Click that. You can see the call, the first call of the month, every month, and it's where the corporate gives us announcements, things that are happening. And the kickoff call for every year, the one in January, is always special because Tyler Norton, the founder, does it. Talk about Tyler in a minute. But there it is from last week. Just so you know, when you go and you see those webinars and calls, it says leadership calls. Corporate does these leadership calls. There's the president, did it last one in December. Jaron Webb, the CEO, did it the month before. Well, next week, next Tuesday night at ASEAIntouch.com, Tyler Norton is going to do a leadership training. So I'm honored to be doing the call tomorrow night, the product training call, but do not miss Tyler Norton. So let me go through some quick announcements, okay? First of all, as Debbie mentioned, after the call today, if you want to hear Trish, she's in her upline, #1 earner. She'll be at that Zoom number at 9 p.m. Eastern, 850-850-8888. Tomorrow is the product call. Starting the next week on Tuesdays, I'm going to change our infrastructure document. I'm going to start doing an 8 a.m. Eastern Zoom meeting, and Ask the Doctor Zoom meeting, where I'll do a 30-minute presentation and answer questions for 30 minutes. Just like I do on Wednesday nights here in the U.S., I'll be doing it at 8 a.m. in the U.S. because that will be at 9 p.m. in Asia. So it won't be real helpful to people on the West Coast of the United States. Sometimes you might get somebody on the East Coast at 8 a.m., but that will start a week from Tuesday. But tomorrow, all we have is the product training call that I'll be doing tomorrow night with corporate at 9 p.m. Eastern at ASEAIntouch.com. Wednesday, we call it Wellness Wednesday, because Debbie and I, that's where we really put the effort into helping everybody in Europe and in the United States. So at 1 p.m. Eastern, Debbie will be doing a webinar on this Zoom number that you're on now, and I'll be doing it at 9 p.m. Do the presentation, and then we will open it up for questions. Now, the Wednesday evening one at 9 p.m., I flip-flop with Dr. Diamond, Dr. Carolyn Hoffman. We call it, what is ASEA, and Ask the Doctor. We're just there to answer questions that you bring guests, okay? And they can ask us whatever they want to ask us. And the fact is, Debbie does that at 1 p.m. Eastern. It's the same thing. I mean, Debbie teaches doctors about this, but if someone wants to hear from a quote-unquote doctor, you have that every Wednesday night. That's just for our team. Don't post that on social media. You can send it to people. Thursday, our upline ambassador Diamond, Alan Noble, who put together the amazing 2 sites, AmazingMolecules.com and AmazingMoleculesTraining.com, he is doing his Thursday night Discover ASEA Zoom with a very special guest. So that's at 9 p.m. Eastern again. That one's at discoverasea.com. You can find all this on our infrastructure document. If you don't have that, get it from your upline. Or if somebody wants it, I can put it on. I can put it in here on the. I can attach it to here if somebody wants that infrastructure document. If you don't have it, I'm going to be changing it next week because we're adding that Tuesday morning Zoom. Okay. Now, live events that are taking place. This is a huge week coming up. Saturday, depending on the part of the country you're in. Huge event in outside of Dallas, Texas, okay, with CEO Charles Funke, and a huge event in Rockville, Maryland, outside of Washington, D.C., the ASEA founder, Tyler Norton. Many of you already registered. This is already the biggest event that's ever been on the East Coast. We're at about 390 people registered already for this event. We never had an event that big. And it's Tyler's first ASEA presentation and training that he's doing on the East Coast, east of the Mississippi River. Very, very exciting. The price now has gone up. We had early bird, we had regular, now it's $40 a person. Guests are free. You can register at ASEARockville.eventbrite.com, ASEARockville.eventbrite.com. Now, I will tell you that right now they're calling for a little bit of weather on Saturday. 90% of the time in Washington, they're wrong this far out. And it's not calling for a lot of snow if there is snow. But I would highly recommend this. Okay? A lot of you are coming in early, coming in Friday, even though the event is 12 to 5. A lot of you are coming in Friday for the leadership dinner. If you're bronze or above, you are invited to come to a leadership dinner Friday night at 7 to 9 at a really cool place where we did it when the CEO came in a couple years ago, Pinstripes, and catered. It's a beautiful place. 7 to 9, and a meet and greet at the Cash Bar will be at 6 to 7 for people that want to kind of hang out a little bit before. Debbie and I will be there. Right? Debbie's coming in. She's staying at my house. She's coming in from Colorado. My advice to you is do not miss this event. If we're getting close to the date and it's Thursday, it's still calling for some snow, just get there Friday. Get there. It's at the Holiday Inn in Rockville. The block rate they were going to give me was more than, for a room, was more than what you get on the online sites like hotels.com and Kayak and so forth. Just putting it out there. And if you're coming in from out of town, do not miss this event. Just get there early, and you'll be very glad that you did. Okay, and then the Dallas event, obviously, if you're there, because it's going to be a big event. The other things that are going on, I'll be in DeLand on the 30th of January. I'll be in DeLand, Florida, just a little bit north of Orlando for an event. That's a Thursday night, and then Saturday, a Super Saturday in Sarasota the day before the Super Bowl. So if you know people in those areas. Lots more. The best resource, and it's on the infrastructure document, is A-Team Support. ATeamSupport.com with the password associate with a capital A. In fact, Trish Winkler put that site together. It's great. There's events tabs there. There's all kinds of training materials, things you can pull down. And again, the person who's going to be speaking in 25 minutes on that next Zoom is the one that put that together. So those are the announcements. And of course, the biggest event in the first half of the year. There's a big event in the first half of the year and a big event in the second half of the year. Second half of the year event is the convention in September in Anaheim. Everybody should be there. The big event in the first half is Envision. That's in Dallas, Texas. And you can see all this at ASEAEvents.com, and you can register for it in your virtual office. Oh, the last thing I want to mention is this. This is very, very, very important because the date is coming very quickly. February 10th, Debbie and I are having a very, very, very special event at corporate. A full day. It's Monday, February 10th, 9 to 4, a full day. It's called a fly-in Meet ASEA. It's a chance for people to come in, and they have to be invited, and we're up to, I think, like 15 people now, and a lot are going to come towards the end. But I don't want you to run out of time so people can make plans to be there. Here's what it is. It's a day with the founder, with the CEO, the president, the VPs, the COO, the CFO, the general counsel, personal, really deep tour of the Redox production facility. It is a day where someone will understand the enormity of what we have and the integrity of the people running this company. And they'll also know that it's going to happen with or without them. It's focused for networkers, people that have been successful in network marketing, or know network marketing, they like network marketing, or sphere of influence people. You know, someone that has a big sphere of influence. If you're in Debbie's group and not mine, get on the phone with Debbie and talk to her about them. If you're in my group, get on the phone and talk to me about them, and we can have conversations. Several people have done that with me. Dorothy called me. We did some calls. A few other people did. I can't remember. Several people did. But we're less than a month away, and we're not going to have another one. You're not going to have another chance to do this until probably spring of next year. We'll run out of time, and the people that come back from this event, I'm going to have them, the ones that are there. Some of you are going to be there. I know you're going to be there. I'm going to have you share on the Monday night call what it was like, the value you saw in it, and everybody else is going to say, gosh, I wish I had called some more people. So just put it out there. It's a very special day, and get them, discuss your candidate list with Debbie or myself, and let's do some three-way calls. And they might even qualify to be flown out by the company. You know, if they can show they've earned a certain amount of money in the past 3 years in network marketing, the company will fly them. And I might suggest to you, you think about covering someone who you think is important enough, and they've done their due diligence, maybe covering their airfare or something for them to get them there. Let them buy their ticket. Okay, let them buy their airline ticket, and you reimburse them when they're there. If you buy the ticket, it's really easy for them to say, oh, I can't come, right? But if they bought the ticket, they have some skin in the game. That's just my advice. It is an invaluable, priceless day. Okay, just want to share that. Debbie, I'm going to turn it back to you.
Okay, thank you for all those announcements. And I know some people, I do know some people that will be going to that event on the February the 10th. That'll be a very, really special event. I'm going to bring on Jackie Wetzer at this point because she has 2 brand new people on the team call tonight, and I'm going to let her introduce them.
So as we did at our event this past Saturday, I'll have Tim go first. So Julie doesn't outweigh him. But Tim insisted on going first this past week in our Super Saturday. And so Tim Zeman, are you there?
Well, okay.
Well, I know, I'll say a little intro. But Tim, you could unmute and then put on your little camera. That would be great.
There it is. Okay, now I'm here.
There you are. Hey, bud.
Can you hear me now? Hey,
Yes,
bud.
we can.
So Tim and I met through a networking group here called 1BC, and we've become very close friends. And
Yeah, lucky me.
so we love each other. Anyways, Tim,
Still like
could you just say in 60 seconds or less, basically a little bit about yourself and why you took a look at ASEA and a little bit what you've experienced so far?
Let me see. Okay, hello everyone. I'm Tim. I have a business networking group here in Colorado, and that's how I met Jackie. She's a member of it. And originally, I talked to Jackie about ASEA for my daughter, who is 18 at the time. And like an 18-year-old doesn't know how to follow directions or keep on anything. So she kind of just quit taking it because, I don't know, she knows more than I do. So I've always had thumb problems, like bone on bone. And a surgeon told me the only way to fix it was surgery. And I didn't like that. So I just kind of ignored it. And then I met Jackie, and then I decided to start trying this ASEA to see if it works. And lo and behold, it did. I have no pain in my thumbs anymore. They're just normal again. And then Debbie told me to spray it in my eyes. So I did that. And on December 31st, I had an eye doctor appointment. And the doctor gets done, and he has this funny look on his face. And I'm like, what's up? And he goes, well, your eyes got better. And he goes, not just a little better, they're actually better than the whole entire 6 years you've seen me. So that's a plus too. So that's
you're
my
changing your
story.
eyeglasses now.
Sticking to it.
That's right.
Huh?
And now you're changing your eyeglasses.
I still have to wear eyeglasses, but I get less strong ones, and hopefully one day I won't have to.
Well, thanks for sharing, Tim. And now we all need to see it after being seasick after your camera will be moving.
I'm sorry.
Thanks for sharing.
I'm walking around and talking. Sorry, I'm on my phone.
You're bouncing around, and I was like,
I did, you know what? I did shoot a video on Zoom etiquette. I'm gonna put that out there again. We all forget.
Gonna need to
We all
watch out
forget.
one.
We're not used to being on. Well, welcome aboard, Tim.
Well, thanks.
And then through Tim, we met Julie Moon. And so Julie, you'll just know what kind of person she is in just a second. But Julie is a ball of joy, and we so enjoy each other as well. We've become a little trio. So Julie, if you could as well say a little bit about yourself and why you took a look at ASEA and what it's done for you so far.
You probably need to preface the 60 seconds, not with Tim. So hello, everybody. And Jordan, first of all, thank you so much for your story. I am just continually amazed by this. Not just what very little I feel like it has done for me, but hearing the testimonies is just awesome. So thank you so much for that. You know, I did meet these two lovely ladies, Jackie and Debbie, through 1BC, through our good friend Tim, and I was introduced to the product, and I really wish I had so much more time than 60 seconds, because I cannot tell you how much I am just enamored by this now. And I started taking it. I've been on it now for about 3 weeks, taking the liquid, and I too had some issues with my thumbs. I have tendonitis and carpal tunnel. And I have had no problems with my carpal tunnel in weeks now. My left hand, my tendonitis, the pain is probably 80% less. And I have to admit, I didn't pay attention very well when I signed up with Debbie. I'm always on the go, and so I already knew that I wanted to try the product, but I didn't listen to her and follow the instructions with the gel. And so I've been rubbing that on my thumb, and just the results are unbelievable. So of course, then I started rubbing it on my hip, which I have some problems on my my hip. I have an IT band that's very tight. And so Jackie the other night actually got me onto the Facebook page, and I was so excited. So I started watching all these videos, and I have to say that Dr. Silverman, thanks to you now, I want to find out how I can get my spray and my liquid in the hose so that I can just guzzle and douse myself. And the gel, I'm just disgusted that it only comes in this tube this big. I need a giant pump bottle, because now I put it on my hip, I put it on my thighs, and then thanks to you, you told me that I can rub it on my wrinkles. So I have managed to figure out how to lightly squirt it all over and massage my face. And I was teasing with Jackie and Debbie at the thing the other day that I was so excited after watching your video of all these things I could do. I put it in my ears because I have chronic ear infections. And then my poor dog, he was laying at the end of the bed, and he gets gingivitis. And so after I slathered my husband in it and all of his ailments, I lifted up my dog's lips, and I am now squirting it in my dog's mouth every night. So our whole family now, I have no children, so it's my husband and I and my dog. We are all doing this, and I know that there are more things to come, but truly for me, the honest, no joke, the pain that I go through every night to sleep has been so unbearable, and in these last 3 weeks has been so minimal that my biggest problem now is that I want everybody to sit still and listen to me, and I want to shake them to death when they don't want to get on the product. I just literally want to shake them.
You can always kick them in the you can kick them in the shin.
Thank
and
you.
put the gel on, and they'll be happy.
You know what? I can't believe I didn't think of that first.
Let's try it right now.
I-
yeah.
I did
I'm
that
gonna
for
try that.
One-DC.
Well, let me share something. You know, for everybody that's watching and was listening to Julie and I haven't met yet, but I will tell you that when people start, sometimes they're kind of give her a break because she's kind of reserved and she's pretty quiet about this. But in about 6 months, she's really going to be excited. So just stand back.
You're right. You're right.
Welcome aboard, Julie.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here.
And you have my permission to tell David how much you enjoyed his video, if you would like.
Oh, I did. I'm serious.
I've got a little.
You would have laughed, Mr. Silverman. I literally I had the Renew gel everywhere. I had it almost everywhere.
Well, when I do the product
He'll tell you
training
to put it
culture on it,
everywhere.
maybe you'll get on and you'll have to demonstrate. I mean, you have to keep it clean, but you know.
Yeah. Yes, I will.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Thank
Is there
you.
anybody else that's new on tonight that wants to introduce somebody new on their team? I see new people, but they can speak up if they want to.
Hi, David.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi. I couldn't unmute myself for some reason. I wanted to introduce everyone to a new associate that I have, Jessie Mahoney. And I just want to tell you, it was 15 years ago that we last spoke to each other before I talked to her about ASEA. So I am so excited that we will be able to work together again. I'm very excited, and I'd like to introduce her. Jessie, are you there? If you
I'm
can.
here.
Oh, there you are.
I'm here.
know.
Hi,
Hi,
Jessie.
Jessie.
How are you? Nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you. Nice to see everybody.
All right, because
Absolutely.
we have a training, like a 10-minute training, I really got to ask if you can keep it to 60 seconds if you could.
Yeah, it's short. Lisa called me about, I don't know, I guess about 2 weeks ago and, introduced me to the product. She knew that I have always been looking for healthy living styles, and she introduced me to the product, and I watched a bunch of videos. She just kept sending me more and more and more information, which I loved. It was great because I'm just, want to learn as much as I can. And, my big why for me, I've done network marketing in the past with limited success, here and there, depending on the company I was in. And, but my biggest why with ASEA is that I have a lot of family members who have a host of medical problems. My sister has a very severely symptomatic autoimmune disorder. My brother-in-law also has a very severely symptomatic autoimmune disorder. My niece was recently diagnosed with autism. My husband and my daughter has asthma and all those things. So plus my parents are in their 80s and, with their arthritis and host of problems that come. My mom is 79 years old, and she just keeps asking when her stuff is coming. We ordered it on Friday, so it's coming, but she's really excited to get started, and I'm really excited to be part of the team.
That's awesome. Well, welcome.
Excellent, and
You
welcome.
can invite everybody to that product training call tomorrow night if you like. I just put a 4-minute video I mentioned in before for someoneyouLove.com. It might be helpful to everybody. Jessie, welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else new? Thank you. Is anybody else new? Okay, I have someone new, but I think they popped off. Somebody from OC Choppers actually enrolled. Santos Lopez, who was on stage with OC Choppers, I enrolled him. He's a great guy. He is so excited about this, and he's a veteran, and we'll introduce him next time. All right, so we only got a few minutes left. Because I know some people want to get off and hear Trish. Debbie, is there anything else before I have Amy talk about what she was going to talk about?
No, nothing else. Go ahead and let
Okay.
Amy talk, please.
So it's my distinct pleasure. Amy Stacy, are you on?
Yes.
There you are. So Amy and I go back 20 years. I enrolled Amy a while ago, and she's a nurse. She's a triple diamond in the company, and she worked the business very diligently part-time for 2 years and then had to step away. She's going to be talking about that at our event in Rockville on Saturday. For those of you who are coming, it's really an amazing story. That's not her topic here. Her topic now is, now that she's back, about it really, she wants to make this big. I mean, really big. She's taking the Eric Worre class. Everybody probably have read the book Go Pro by Eric Worre, networkmarketingpro.com. Excuse me, I've read the book. It's a remarkable book. I recommend everybody reads it, but she's taken a class. I think it's like $1,000. She's not here to promote the class. She's here to talk about something that she's learned that she's already getting results with regards to expanding your list instead of talking to the same people over and over again and then saying, oh, why isn't this going to work? It says, hey, expand your list. So, Amy, I'm going to turn it over to you to share whatever you want to share, what you're getting from this program, because you're already seeing results. I'm seeing it.
Yes, I'm really, really excited. Can you see me?
Yes, we can.
I put blush on just for you.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, hi guys. So, yeah, I enrolled in Eric's class. We've had a couple of preliminary classes the past 2 Saturdays, but it really doesn't kick off till the 1st of February. But he is really nurturing us, the group. I mean, he's coming in for live presentations every couple days just to kind of check in, see how we're doing. He met with us when he was in Hawaii. But what I've taken away from what I've learned so far, so the whole premise of the program is to sign 20 people up in 30 days. And when I came into the business, as David knows, I went crazy. And I went gold, I think it was 4 months. I mean, I was insane crazy. And I signed up about 30, 40 people. And actually, to take a sidetrack here, I'm kind of excited about ASEA cleaning up our back office starting on Wednesday, because it's going to kind of clear the deck and make you realize who your builders are going to be and get rid of all the, as Eric Worre would say, the distractions. But what I've learned from his course so far that I've taken away is right now he says, don't go out there and prospect. He says, go out there and warm your list. Do you know what that means, David?
I do, but a lot of people probably don't.
Okay. So warm your list is, and he gave us a goal that I'm not going to attain, but I'm certainly trying, that we need to talk to 1,000 people this week. And that's when he says warm your list, that means go through your cell phone, go through your emails, go through your text messages, people that you don't even remember who they are, and just text and email and say, how you doing? How the kids doing? How's life doing? Haven't talked to you in a while. What's new? Don't mention what you're doing. Don't mention the product. Just kind of establish that relationship again. So I've been doing that, and I'm actually getting really good responses. I'm getting, responses from people saying, wow, haven't heard from you in 5 years. How you doing? And of course, as we all know, a lot changes in 5 years, right? Especially. So that's one big takeaway. The other big takeaway that he talked about this past week is, and I am so guilty of this, and he goes, don't judge. He goes, don't ever think that that person doesn't have enough money, or that person is going to turn me down, or that person is going to say no. Don't put that negative energy out to the universe. So it's really a lot of positive training, and it reinforces what we already know. But I am so excited, and this course is going to last through mid-March. So we're just getting started. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys, and I can certainly put the the link to this program, because he's still signing people up in the, I can't hear you, David. David, there you are.
David, you're muted.
Yeah, it's not, there we go. I was trying to put a document up here and wasn't allowing me to. Yeah, you can put it up there. And I'm going to put a document. I put up the infrastructure document already. I'm going to put up another document that we were talking about the other day that people can pull off if they want right now. It's a memory jogger, and it's very helpful.
It's excellent.
Right?
It's absolutely excellent, and I would highly recommend. I don't care how much ink it takes, how many pieces of paper it takes, print it up, because when you hold something in your hand and you can sit and read it while you're having coffee or laying in bed or whatever, it's different than watching it on the computer. I highly recommend you print it up.
So just speak to for a second, what motivated you to take this course? I mean, you're a triple diamond, you're making good money. Amazing story, what's happened, because you had to step away for several years, but because of what you got going, your team, they weren't building it for you, they were building it for their own livelihood and their own dreams. But it happened when you had to step away, you're back. What motivated you to come back in as a triple diamond, already having that success at the beginning? Get that thing really rocking. What motivated you to take the class?
Well, and you know, I'm glad you said something about that, David, because I really want to speak to one thing that's really important. For all the people on this call that are on my team that really worked hard, Sarah Sturm, Dorothy Dabney, Rhoda McChristie, Carolyn Hoffman, I mean, you guys are amazing. And, you know, I was in a really bad place, and I'll talk about that next Saturday, but I didn't think I was going to live. That's how bad it was. But anyway, so to answer your question, David, I need a kick in the butt. That's why I did it. You know, and the only person that's going to kick me in the butt is me. And I was like, I'm going to do this. And you know what, guys? It's a tax write-off. That's the other nice thing.
Awesome.
So, anyway, that's my story.
Thanks, Amy. Thanks for sharing. I'm already seeing some of the results. So excited for you. I'm excited for everybody, and want to wish everybody again a happy new year. Great events this week. We're rocking and rolling. It usually takes about to the start of the third week of January for people to just pick themselves up and start moving. And we're here, and this is going to be an enormous year for this company and for our team. It really is. So I'll say good night. Debbie, I'll let you say good night, and you've got the recording.
Yes, I have the recording. I'll post it. David and I both have team Facebook pages. David's is Freedom ! Mine is Debbie's Diamond Club. And you can access this recording if you want to hear any of it again on those Facebook pages. Okay? Thank you so much, and good night, everyone. And don't forget Trish if you want to listen to it.
Good night, Debbie. Good night, David.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.